great engage, but if the LNG comp finds an early lead and you get to just continually engage with this combination of Tarzan and Scout going into the enemy backline, you don't get to play the game. Having a lot of early bot side prio, make sure the aiming is having an okay game. And even if he
flash, knock up, knock back, Cuz is here for the twisted advance, and Hung has been hanged out to dry by KT.
Well, there you go. The whole Lahens.
Flash, in front of Lahens! He stood still!
Plus the CS lead, plus the turret plate, but mid lane?
Cuz flashes forward, twisted advance, Pop Blossom, but Pop goes the Nico as KT strike again.
And Cuz actually goes with the LNG, and they're trying to strike back.
Cuz charges in, the tower doesn't quite fall as Tarzan goes in with the EQ flash. Chase continues, Zika looking for that counter-strike, still cleanse on flash available for aiming as the Hens acts as the bodyguard, counter TP. Behind them now as the twisted advance goes forward. KT looking for a little bit more, Tarzan flags and drags into the bush, but there's no escape for him. Only Zika, the Houdini of the Rift, can get away, but this time, shut down again today. 4 kills for KT. Respecting it, lane jumpers come down, Zika coming from one side, the counter-strike flashed away. Aiming able to survive, and now Zika caught underneath the tower, tanking tower shots. But Daze is aiming. The super mega death rocket not enough, but he still gets the kill. Mid lane tower falls. White fight, you say, chronically behind as well. And looking for that flank position as Scout could find all 5. Scout goes in, the Pop Blossom lands, and down goes aiming. Meanwhile, Keen gonna bring Tarzan back into the fight. He's got the Renata bailout to try and bring him back to life, and that will do exactly what it's meant to do in a fight like this. The TP coming in from Zika as he looks to join the fray. KT trying to fight, but will they live another day? Cuz has a blast. KT into the fight as BDD looks for something, dragging down. Hex flash in by Lahens, but they don't know that Scout is here. KT in arrears in terms of their map awareness as Keen is locked up with a Pop Blossom, and now BDD in the middle of LNG. He manages to survive. Scout doing everything he can to keep his team alive. Garlem on the backline, unable to approach as Scout will fall as well. 2 to KT alongside the Dragon.
KT! And Lahens getting both summoners off Gala. Let's see if they can punish him
so
now.
Low already. Look at where Cuz is. That Baron might be gone before Cuz can even get in. And there's the hostile takeover coming out as well. The root being used for the Nature's Grasp, but Hung able to survive. And now KT on the back foot. Good knockback with the Pathmaker as Tarzan retreats to his team. But look at the Shurikens and look at Cuz's head. Health bar just get ripped to shreds. The Pop Blossom finds aiming as well, but he has that flash cleanse back up. The Cataclysm enough to find the kill as LNG advance. An unending march from LNG as KT can only stand and watch as their cow is mown down.
Given that there's no AP damage as
the Hens hex flash in, they get onto Gala, but they don't have the follow-up right now. Aiming trying to put the damage down as Scout is going to join the fray. From the side, it's a 5-man! Only the stopwatch stop BDD from being ripped apart, but Gala will follow up with a shutdown onto the enemy mid. The chase continues here for LNG. Keen trying to get away the counter-strike, aiming able to flash away from it, but the counter-strike still finds one. Zika was looking for another leap strike there.
Yeah, they're not going to stop here. Baron buff, a full minute left, and Gala, he wants blood.
Can Keen hit confirm? He needs the Q3, he's building up towards it. Gala may be overstepping, but does still have the flash to cleanse. Zika takes a little bit of HP, there's a hit for confirm onto Gala, but can they put the damage down? Gala almost into his GA, but he survives with the redemption and with the hostile takeover, and you just can't kill Gala when he's in this sort of form. The super mega death rocket goes right, and now LNG already got 1 kill on the board. Keen down, the Nexus tower short to follow as LNG turn their eyes towards the Nexus. They don't even need to kill off KT. They've done it on the Rift already. LNG 1-0.
Well. Gala deathless in that game. Well protected by LNG. Nice, really fun opener. I almost said it. Really fun opener.
It's also something that KT have played throughout the entire year that they have been great on. To me, though, the main thing from a KT perspective is will Keen finally show the form that we haven't seen of him in my...
Spotted. Keen, where are you going to go? How do you slip your way out of this one? We saw the dancing shoes from Zika in game 1. Keen might just try and trade in the counter-strike, slice and dice away. The flash, follow from Zika, and it's a solo in the top left.
That's
big. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He is unaware as he flashes away. The hook connects. The Riptide as well as Gala's being chased under the tower. And Gala is gonzo in the... Much LNG can do with Zika being interrupted. They can't even make the TP play as the Hens is looking for something. The blast
so good.
Oh, that was absolutely gorgeous. A bloody beauty Beautiful play by KT as they get the cherry on top of their Drake.
Instantly taken down. Now they're turning it up. KT on the warpath.
As the Weaver's Wall knocked back by the Emperor's Divide, but Tarzan on the wrong side of the wall and on the wrong side of...
Sivir always loves to plant herself really early on in mid lane here to be able to perma farm.
Ruthless Predator there, I think it's going to come down just afterwards. Dominus now used with the TP out from Scout. This is the Dragon sacrifice, but Keen unable to flash over the wall as Scout finds his mark away. Now the control wall's gone, so my point is moot, but it helped for a little while. Okay.
You also see that the Cuz
able to dash away. Solar Flare on Cuz as well, still has the flash, but he's dashed into. He tries to flash the wall, but can't get away already. Tarzan's down. Cuz surviving the Radiant Virtue, keeping him just
one wave.
about.
He catches the one wave at tower, immediately has to come over and cover the rest of the team.
Seismic shove back, Hung pops the stopwatch, but is he just going to be burst down immediately afterwards? The answer's yes, as KT once again find their push. As KT continue to do the Baron. Tarzan trying to get in, but he's depth charged up. The Baron down to 1,000. The smite comes out from Cuz, and now Zika on the front line. Kin looking for the engage from the side. BDD going in as well with the Weaver's Wall, and it funnels LNG into a choke point, but the blast cone helps them out for a second. Aiming, looking for that killer instinct, can't quite find it. Cuz gets the knock up onto Zika, but the counter-strike comes out. Gala trying to open up, but he's separated from the rest of LNG.
Hung
now he rejoins them. Hung has joined the fray, but Gala has been sent packing back to the bouncing. The Emperor's Divide comes out, but the killer instinct in by Aiming. Counter-strike cleanse, and Aiming continues to dash and to dance and to weave his way around. LNG and Chronicle be damned. I'm damn well excited.
coming through here. Skeen's trying again.
TP behind here. Keen's going to force Zika down towards the bottom side. BDD has the Weaver's Wall, but do they know that this TP's come in? They do, but Scout already running in the opposite direction. Zika falls. KT 10-2 and a 9,000 gold lead. 53 just grasp the Maokai ultimate there at pushing the team back. Inhibitor tower in the mid lane though, falling low in the mid lane. Down to a third HP, should be taken by KT. The wave in the top lane pushed in by Keen. Wave in the bot lane not being played on at all. Only 2 lanes the priority here for KT. I like this positioning as well, just gives you that little bit of extra impetus, just making sure LNG can't get close enough to their tower. Lehens goes in, the depth charge out, but Gala's low already. Gala almost falling, the killer instinct in by Aiming, he dodges away from Scout. Emperor's Divide, not enough, because Aiming is aiming for gold with his stopwatch. A double for BDD. Zika, the last man standing, and he'll do his Houdini impression once again. But there's no way out of these handcuffs for LNG as they are being locked into Game 3.
Oh, and as sweet as Aiming Skysa is getting all these kills, man, BDD Talia here, so much work in this game. That one, of course, you get the setup from Lehens with the Nautilus, locking them in place. Huge backline damage. They take care of the spell shield. They take care of everything. And then Aiming just gets to go.
The quarterfinals, and not only do you manage to make it into our top 8, you also avoid playing against Genji or JDG in those quarterfinals. Our 2 teams already qualified with the 3-0 record. The loser of this series goes down to play another best of 3, I believe, in 2 days' time. Is that Sunday? I think that's Sunday. To see if they can then finally qualify for the quarterfinals at a 3-2 record. KT and LNG ready to take the rift for the 3rd time today. We've had 2 bangers of games. One, LNG favored when we got to the team fights. One, KT favored because they were able to separate LNG into multiple different skirmishes rather than having one full team fight. Here, both compositions, both teams have opted in to facing each other in a full 5v5.
Ooh, and they have opted into BDD Azir with some scaling Ornn items on their side as well. Let's get onto the rift for the decisive game.
Soul supports KT. Scout on the other side of the rift are looking to make a few people, a lot of people in this arena a little bit sad as they work their way home on this Friday night.
I saw a couple signs in there that were saying Scout come LCK. So maybe they start
Oh, this
those
is
endeavors.
The hand's going to get knocked up. The Glacial Augment slowing him down, has to flash away. Does still have the Hex Flash Ignite used by Hung, but that's the trade of summoners you'll take every day of the week for LNG.
And in this series against T1, particularly in the lower bracket finals, this was how a lot of the KT games started. It's not like Alistair isn't already a cannon minion at, or not even a cannon, a caster minion at level 1. This is going to make it tough. The one saving grace is that he's playing into a Rakan, not something like the Renata like we saw in game number 1. But still, really nicely done by LNG to throw off Lahens, because I think that Lahens and Cuz really are the 1-2 that makes this KT, when they are playing forward, work the way that they do.
All right, let's take a look at the early levels on pushing here as trying to get out the minion wave. And just a couple of extra autos here.
I mean, BDD's looking for a lot of extra autos. He's running Halo Blades as it. Looking for that extra pressure in the mid lane. Hung and Gala able to pull the wave early here. Makes it very difficult for Aiming to step up to farm the minions. One minion died, I believe, before Aiming and the Hens got into the lane, so they will be one minion delayed on their level 2. I mean, it was already going to be delayed because Hung and Gala got control of the lane early on.
Yeah, a lot of these Azir players have started to really love the Hail of Blade start for that extra laning power and not having to give up so much push.
Yeah, I've also seen, like, particularly because BDD has been playing Azir for, like, I don't know, a completely unreasonable amount. I've seen him go basically every single Keystone, and I think that that's one of the beauties of the champion. It's also why watching Scout play it in the first 2 matches that he played in this tournament and also in the last game. There is so much skill expression on the champion, so many different ways you can go about it.
That's exactly when KT would go back. Hung locked up. Looking for the Q, knock up here, flash Q, great play there by Lahens. Hung's ticking down and the E from Kuz finds the kill. Through their own jungle, clears out as many wards as they can as Gala falls low, the root coming out, the Moonlight Vigil, Gala has the heal, manages to escape, cease and desist, they want to stop Gala. And once again, excessive force use. Forge God as well, now in a good position to flank Emperor's Divide onto Scout, the knock up against the wall, and everything's coming up KT. Scout tries to get away, but the Ram rams him into an early grave as Zika joins the Brave in a 2v1. He's trying to fight against BDD, the slice, the dice, the dominus, not enough. Zika can't find his man, Tarzan flashes for it, but even he can't get onto BDD as KT disengaged perfectly.
But just on
Tarzan steals away the Drake, and now the fight begins as Kuz is low. The quickness coming out of Gala diving in. Kuz already down to 200 HP. The season assist does get the knock up, but already Kuz has fallen. BDD now chased out, and no escape for him this time. LNG have just flipped this game. Just play a front to back. They do have the tools to do so, but the shockwave lands still on Keen as the flash is invested, and Keen will pay for his hubris of pushing out the lane with his life.
And the big thing there is that
TP behind now as LNG look to up the tempo of the game. The Dominus popped as Aiming is going to meet the base of Zika here. Lahens trying to do everything he can to disengage for his AD carry. Flash, Ruthless Predator, the cleanse away by Aiming. Lahens already down, Aiming with the Severum. Doesn't even tickle Zika, those scales. Stopping him. LNG have played ring around the rosies. KT trying to get in here. The call of the Forge God will be brought down, but those prayers unanswered. But KT as LNG steal away the big purple worm. The engage now following. KT, Shockwave will shock them all and silence the crowd here in Seoul. Lahens sacrifices himself, but it's just not enough for KT. BDD tries to escape, but goal will not away. It's 5 towards mid.
They get there first. Zika goes for the stun. Tower dive!
The charm, the quickness. Tarzan going in as well with the call of the Forge God. Scout able to flash away from it in time. BDD already down for the double kill, and now it's all on Aiming. But purple and red are not the guns you want to see if you're a KT fan right now. Lahens look for the flank double. Recall coming out, but the TP immediately invested by LNG. By Scout to re-engage the fight. Could this just be it?
I think that's going to be it. I think LNG are going to make their way towards quarterfinals here.
Aiming gets the white guns with the shut down, the shockwave. Aiming with a moment to pop a stopwatch to think about what's happened. But LNG do not give him a moment to breathe. It has been breakneck as LNG have broken the backs of KT and make their way to the quarterfinals.
LNG, what a beast of a team. They avoid Gen G. They avoid JDG in the next draw. Definitely deserved rewards for them as well.
And in the fight between BDD and Scout, again, it's Scout that comes out on top.